Hello. I'm going to start with a confession, one of three. I'm a bit of a technology geek, maybe obvious, certainly to people who know me. But I get really excited when I find some new technology, and I think, how can that new technology be applied to charities? If you like, I have two big passions in my life, technology and charity. And I get super excited when those two things meet in the middle. And that is a kind of sweet spot rather than the full of crap ideas bit from Kent. So the idea I want to talk about sits very neatly in between technology and charity. And it also has animals in it. So the idea I want to talk about is tap dogs. The part theatre, part rock concert, and part construction site. No, not those tap dogs. These tap dogs.
We've introduced the Tap Dog scheme to collect donations from members of the public. Using a dog coat, we've sewn a pocket into it that holds the contactless payment device. Each time we tap the donation device, it gives a £2 payment to Blue Cross. The dogs that do this work with us, they're very confident dogs. So wearing a coat is not new to them, and the device itself only makes a small bleep, so it's not a problem at all. We're using this scheme at our public events across the country, so events such as the one we're here today in London. We really like the idea of our events dogs that are lucky and loved in their homes to help dogs and other pets that are less fortunate. And so hopefully members of the public will come along and pat our events dogs and tap to make a donation to Blue Cross.
Great idea. Before I go into why I think that's a great idea, if it isn't immediately obvious, I have another confession to make. And that is, I don't really like dogs that much. But this is important to mention because I would have given to that, and I don't like dogs. And you think that people who like dogs are pretty much their target market or audience for that. So one of the reasons why I think this is great, many reasons, which I'll go through very quickly in 4 minutes and 12 seconds, is even non-pet lovers can like it. If you can do a fundraising appeal that appeals to people outside of your target market, you're onto a winner. And this doesn't happen very often, and this may not last for long if other people try to do the same thing. But I would give to that just because of the novelty factor, even if I didn't really care about the charity. And to be clear, I don't hate dogs. I just don't, I'm not a pet person. The other reason I really think it's brilliant, to use another Venn diagram again, this is a good thing in the middle of the Venn diagram, is that the beneficiary is making the charity ask. It's bringing the ask closer to the beneficiary. The beneficiary is obviously being the dogs in this case. And if you can get your fundraising campaign to be spoken through the voice of your beneficiary, you're really onto a winner. And I think if you saw these dogs out on the street and you had a conversation with the people with them, it'd be immediately obvious why you'd give to that cause and the benefit that dogs like those tap dogs would get from your donation and where the money goes. So that's another reason why I think it's brilliant. So even non-pet lovers like it, and it links to Ask the Beneficiary. And it's innovative. I'm sure lots of people will say things are innovative today, and innovative can be a bit of an overused term. But I think this is innovative in a few ways. So first one, the most obvious one, is that it's using new technology. So contactless donations is kind of a new thing. Contactless payments has been around for a while, but it's really grown massively with the advent of Apple Pay and Android Pay, which this campaign would work with as well. So they're taking this new technology and they're applying it in a charitable context in a brand new way. That's interesting. It's also based on existing behaviour. A good definition of innovation is taking something that's already there but applying it to a new area. So people have already done street collections for many years, and that would not be a strange thing for the public to see, someone coming along with a dog asking for a donation. But the method of getting the donation is new and is novel. So it's not completely tearing up the rule book, so people who are giving have to learn a new behaviour. It taps into existing behaviour. And again, as I said, it's the beneficiary making the ask. That is rare that you get to kind of tell your fundraising campaigns from the voices, or the woofs, of your barks, of your beneficiaries. And lastly, but by no means least, I think of all the ideas today, this is probably one that had the best sewing skills and is truly innovative. And quickly, I have a third confession as well. Blame the Catholic upbringing for all these confessions. But I like this idea so much, I copied it. Now, I appreciate the event is not called I Wish I Thought of That, but I didn't, so I copied that. Hashtag IWITOT bid SOFII. But I made this point for two reasons. One, as Ken said in the introduction, this is what today's all about. It's supposed to be inspired. I like it. I was kind of intoxicated by the idea. And the second reason I mentioned that was that it's actually quite hard to do what they're doing. They've made the technology look easy. In the process of trying to do what they're doing, I found it's quite hard. And it takes a lot of effort to make technology look easy. Trust me, I spend a lot of my time trying to do that. So in summary, this is why I think this is a brilliant idea and why you should vote for it, Team Blue. Even non-pet lovers like it. If you can do a fundraising campaign that appeals to people that are outside of your target audience, you're on to winner. If you can get your beneficiary making the asks on your behalf, you're on to winner. It's innovative in so many ways. And last but not least, it makes the technology look easy, which is really, really hard to do. So, in summary, the donations may be contactless, but the idea is full of win. Thank you.